Heading home from the final frontier in time for the holidays, NASA and Shuttle Discovery astronauts are watching the skies for tomorrow's planned return of the shuttle. NASA has 3 possible landing sites for Discovery, but each one of them is raising its own concern. The first return window is during Studio B tomorrow. We can hope. Joining us from Kennedy Space Center on the Florida Space Coast is Tariq Malik. He's a correspondent for Space.com. Tariq, good of you to be here.
Oh, thank you for having us.
3 options, right? And none of them looks perfect tomorrow, right?
That's right. They have three landing sites that are set up here at Kennedy Space Center and also at Edwards Air Force Base in California and White Sands in New Mexico. But weather is kind of iffy here at KSC, and in Edwards, White Sands is okay, but it's a last resort landing site. It has its own problems. Lot
of wind, I guess, out in the west, and potentially rain all day for you guys tomorrow, which leaves a place they haven't landed in a quarter century almost.
That's right, since 1982 in the third shuttle flight. And there's not much out there in terms of the hardware they need to bring the shuttle back, which is kind of the cause of their concern at this point.
Is there a scramble going on to put people and stuff out there in White Sands, or is it not like that?
There is. In fact, they've packed 2 C-17s full of material and hardware that they're going to fly out there to get it there and primed and ready should they have to use that as a landing site. You know, it's going to be cold there tomorrow night as well, and they just want to make sure that they can safeguard the orbiter and get it ready for its return as soon as possible.
Is it all about fuel, or is there more to it for it has to be home?
Well, it's kind of a confusing situation in that NASA had 2 days extra to tacked onto the end of this flight just in case something would come up in terms of weather, but they gave one up for an extra spacewalk on Monday, and now they have enough consumables only to last until about Saturday, and that's when they have to be home. There are a lot of mighty long runways across this country, and I just wondered, like, for instance, Eglin Air Force Base up in the Panhandle. I just wondered if all 3 of those, for crazy reasons, might be socked in or something. Is there a 4th option? Actually, they have a long list of other runways. Many of them are from military bases, Air Force bases. Also here in Orlando, the International Airport is one of those bases should something happen on the way down to KSC. So they aren't without, completely without options should all 3 sites be unavailable both days. Now, once a shuttle lands at White Sands, there's a lot to be done to get it back to KSC, right? That's right. They have to purge the vehicle of its any remaining fuel and whatnot. They have to make sure that it's warm enough if it's pretty cold tomorrow night, and then they have to actually hoist it up, lift it on top of a jumbo jet, a 747 modified to carry it, and fly it back to KSC, where it has to be taken off the jet, rolled into a hangar, and reprocessed for its next flight. The cranes and whatnot, that's not out there. They actually have to ship all of that stuff in. Wow. Tariq Malik, mighty good of you. His stuff at space.com, and we have some links from foxnews.com right now as well.